So, Oji, also, I was correct.
Yeah.
That money is even chicken feed for some of their girlfriends.
Yes.
A man that earns 21 million going to give a woman 1 million.
Well, I was...
Honestly, Nigeria is indeed a cruise. So, my people, yesterday, one of the senators came out and said that what they receive as salary is 1 million, which Shehu Sani, had been speaking, said that is not true. That even during their own time, they receive up to 13 to 15 million. And also, Rufai argued yesterday that even the 1 million they are talking about is not up to what they are giving to their girlfriends, that it cannot be true that they receive 1 million as their salary. So today, they are now come out and confess that yes, they receive 21 million every month, my people, like 21 million. Chai! I don't know where we are heading to. Another super story, my people, that got me laughing, that during the end bad governance, hoodlocks, they hijack the Ganduja's corruption file. My people. Now, it's no longer Rato that had the document. It is the hoodlocks that took it. Chai! May God help Nigeria, honestly. In this particular video, another super story is that Chinese seized the presidential jet. Like the reason you are going to hear all in this video from Rufai. Let me allow you guys so that you can watch the video. I'm going to be right back.
Following revelations by the Revenue Mobilization, Allocation and Fiscal Commission on Tuesday that senators occupying legislative seats in the Red Chamber earned 1 million naira as salary and allowances per month. A senator representing Kano South, Kwawu Somalia, on Wednesday countered the commission, saying that he receives 21 million naira as running cost monthly. The chairman of the Revenue Mobilization, Allocation and Fiscal Commission, Shehu Mohammed, had insisted during an Arise exclusive interview that according to the law, the senators earn 1.06 million naira monthly as salary and allowances. Well, let's take a listen before we come back for a discussion.
A senator of the Federal Republic of Nigeria earns 12,766,320 naira, which translates into 1.063 million naira monthly. That's what the law is. I'm not saying what you say is not true, but I'm telling you what is in the law, what we did, what is in existence. This is something that, you see it in the newspapers that somebody alleges that they get this amount, that amount. Every time online, you see different figures. Even my friends, they send some of this information to me that a senator earns this, he earns that, he earns that, but may not necessarily be the truth. As far as I know, as far as the commission is concerned, this is what is in the law. This is what I believe the government is paying the senators and members of House of Representatives.
All right, this is a complete indictment, really. I mean, we are here, we're seeing, Ramfact Chair saying that it's the law. I mean, does it fall within his purview to also do that sort of investigation? Because he has said it. We see so many figures bandied around. Kano Senator, we hail you. He said 21 million naira in allowances. Rufi, you are on fire yesterday.
I'm on fire. Up here is Bonnie, not I'm on fire. I'm singing Lloyd Banks. Who's going to stop me? Oji, I said it yesterday.
You did.
It made no practical sense what the Ramfact chief was saying. 1 million naira. So politicians that I knew of somebody that ran for Senate in 2019. He didn't get it in the end. He had expended over 200 million. I knew people that sold their houses in Lekki to run for Senate, cumulatively close to $1 billion. And you think they're going to run for that just to be able to get $1 million a month, which is not up to the amount they will rent out their BQ in Lekki? Are you kidding me? It's not possible. And I was vindicated. I was totally vindicated. So the Ramfact chief does not know what he's saying. Practical reality, senator that is earning the money, that is getting the bankalat napakam, let me know the bounce, bankalat napakam, is 21 million. But the shocking thing is, Oji, professors are earning less than $1 million in this country. We struggle to get 70,000 minimum wage. Doctors are earning far less. Farmers are earning far less. But people that only need a primary school certificate, a lot of violence and political favoring, can earn 21 million because they're senators of the Federal Republic. we need to rejig things because
Absolutely.
it's not sustainable.
Absolutely.
And the country can't continue to run this way.
Absolutely.
So, Orji, also, I was correct.
Yeah.
That money is even chicken feed for some of their girlfriends.
Yes.
A man that earns 21 million can decide to give a woman 1 million.
Well, I was listening to your newspaper review earlier. If you can pull up Daily Trust newspaper, what did that article say? If you can pull that up, I believe that they were saying senators' monthly pay hits 2 billion, and it also needs real scrutiny at this point. I think that Daily Trust did well in that with that caption, just to, you know, highlight that plight. And we have been talking about cutting the cost of governance. The senators, something's got to give. I think that's my new language now for this era. Something's got to give. Well, Nigerians have been reacting to a Premium Times report alleging that a French court has authorized the seizure of 3 presidential jets linked to the federal government of Nigeria. 2 of the jets are said to be part of the Nigerian presidential air fleet, which were reported to be put up for sale, while the third is an Airbus 330, which was purchased by Nigeria but yet to be delivered. Well, according to the report, the presidential jets were reportedly seized after an application by a Chinese company whose export processing zone management contract was revoked by the Ogun State government in 2016. A court had awarded about $74.5 million in compensation. I mean, which kind wahala be this? A lot of people have reacted on social media. Let me just take this from Okpeoluwa, who wrote, well, moving forward, if a state must go into an agreement, contract with a foreign partner, it must be sanctioned by the federal government or the OAGF, that's the Attorney General of the Federation. If the agreement must be cancelled, it must be with the explicit consent of the federal government and the OAGF. Which kind wahala be this? That was the tweet that I found. But you know, I mean, the federal government at this point is having to, you know, pay for what the state government has, accrued. But we need to hear from the Ogun State government as to the reason why that, Chinese contract was revoked. We also need to hear from the federal government as to what was supposed to have been done in order to avert this sort of embarrassment for Nigeria, according to the news that is being bandied around now.
Yeah, this is an embarrassing story, and I have to give context that this happened in 2016, so it's not the current administration in Ogun State that's responsible for this. However, governance is a continuum. So whether or not it was in 2016, and this is why we keep emphasizing on leadership, because a decision made by a particular administration could have far-reaching effects even down the line, years and years afterwards, and this is what we've seen here. The award of over $70 million as a result of that failed transaction was actually done by an independent arbitrary court, and this was done that they should pay. They were owing because of the way their transaction wasn't honored, and the fact that an agreement wasn't honored according to the contracts that had been agreed by both parties. Years down the line, sometimes we feel that when it comes to judgment and courts, the way we do it anyhow in Nigeria, whereby you can choose to honor or dishonor a particular judgment, you can do it with international bodies. It's not the same anywhere. And so now these 3 aircraft are being held as almost collateral, and the judgment is that until Ogun State honors and pays the bailiff to the tune of about $76 million, they won't release the aircraft. And now the federal government is suffering from a decision and bad administration, bad judgment by a particular administration. This is not the only thing. Remember the P&ID case? We've had a number of cases like this where we almost bury our heads in the sand and then we have to pay years and years later for it. I can't imagine the interest that's accrued on this over the years, and now we are having to pay. Where is the money to pay for it, OG? This aircraft, the third one you mentioned, hasn't even been delivered. The other 2 went for maintenance. The third aircraft, which Nigeria is reportedly have paid over $100 million, is also being held to ransom as a result of this bad this contract that went so. So like you mentioned, we have to hear from the Ogun State government as to why they didn't, what happened. So we get the true picture of things, but to be honest, the court had ruled. So the court had the opportunity to hear both sides of the story and ruled in favor of Zhang Jun, which is a Chinese company. So maybe let's start paying off the debts. That's just the penalty.
So they've kidnapped
dollars. They've
They're holding them ransom.
They're holding it. They're holding it.
3 jets.
Three.
Until you shake body.
Yes. Just like that, Rufai.
Is it the president when they want to go and say?
Well, we don't know. I believe one of them that they said that, has not yet been delivered is probably the one in contention. One of them.
So
they said jet, not yours.
So what we bought in the kidnap?
All right, $74.5 million is what they're asking. Well, according to the report. Well, speaking about court papers, the governor of Kano State, Abba Yusuf, on Wednesday said suspected hoodlums took away documents of alleged corruption cases against Abdullahi Ganduje, the national chairman of the All Progressives Congress, during the End Bad Governance protest. The governor made the allegations while addressing the damage done to the court on Wednesday. He described those who took away the court documents as enemies of Kano. Ganduje, who was a former governor of Kano, is facing graft allegations levied against him, as well as members of his family and associates. Wahala upon wahala upon wahala. Now they're saying that his court documents were stolen by hoodlums. I mean, we did see in Kano State, there were all those buildings that were being burned, even a library. Some young people went in there and stole everything except for books, according to reports. Yeah. But, I mean, this is what we are hearing. Our favorite Nigerian.
Oji, when I read the report, they said that it was mischievously planned. It was an intentional plan to go in there and specifically take these documents. So it certainly can't be random hoodlums off the street who suddenly knew that in this office, in this corner of the office, these exact documents would exist. That's one side of the story. The other side of the story that I think we're going to need more information about is that are we saying that the whole case was based on these documents? There's nothing stored in the cloud. There's nothing digital. There's everything is on hard copy and paper, and now it's gone. Is a very concerning development, concerning this. So when I saw the story, I just said, the thing is, historical antecedent says that when this happens, people get away with it, right? So now, sometimes there's a fire, sometimes there's a snake that swallows, all of these things recur. And the thing is, we move on so quickly and nobody looks back. So those documents must be found because he too, Abdullahi Ganduje, also needs to clear his name.
Absolutely.
There's these allegations stand against him and his family, his wife and his son. Yeah. So efforts should be made to find these documents because he also is innocent until proven guilty. Yeah. So he must have his day in court. So so he should join with the government of Kano State to find these documents wherever they are with these mischievous alleged hoodlums who knew their way around the courts.
Really, you should join them to find
documents. Yes, so that he can clear his name.
Our favorite Nigerian wife has charged Abdullahi Ganduje and the governor of Kano State to find those hoodlums. So those hoodlums have to be found.
Are you saying the efforts of the hoodlums should be in vain?
Yes, of course. That is we have to find those court documents. Really unacceptable. Well, in another development, following public uproars, the Speaker of the House of Representatives, Tajuddin Abbas, on Wednesday withdrew the controversial counter-subversion and other related bills which prescribed a 10-year jail term for those who refuse to sing the newly reintroduced national anthem, Nigeria We Hail Thee, the National Anthem Bill 2024, reverting to the old national anthem, Nigeria Will Hail Thee, from Arise, O Compatriots, was signed into law on May 29th, 2024, to mark the one-year anniversary of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, while many Nigerians criticized the move, saying it was a misplacement of priority, including activist Aisha Yusufu and former Minister of Education Obieze Kwesili, who vowed to retain the anthem, Arise, O Compatriots. The subversion bill had also included provisions for fines and imprisonment for other acts deemed subversive, such as defacing places of worship or undermining the federal government. Or users on social media argued that the bill is draconian and oppressive, while supporters believe it promotes patriotism. I mean, we have, talked about this bill at length, but it's good that, the Speaker has acknowledged the significance of the concerns of the people and, what the bill will signify, because he says that he's reaffirming his support, that he'll never support an action that will disrupt peace and unity from our nation. Let me take Aisha Yusufu's tweet. She wrote, will choose 20 years in prison than sing Tinubu's anthem passed by slaves masquerading as lawmakers in the National Assembly. She's insisting on her rights, Rufai.
No, but it has to be said. You said something very profound that you heard on the radio today. You can't legislate patriotism. We encourage people to be patriotic, but you can also legislate patriotism.
Yes.
So you're asking, in a country where the lawmakers are earning so much, what they are always concerned about is how to punish people that are showing decent, and you've never asked them the reason for their decent. They hurriedly passed a new national anthem bill as against every convention possible. People are showing dissent, so you can't engage with them in their dissent, so you're trying to look for a bill to be able to punish them. So if the bill had not leaked, you hurriedly pass it again, so that you will not bring it out and say it's in the law. If you don't sing, it will punish you. Why is it always against the people? These guys don't even know the history of what they call a parliament. Parlement, it comes from the French, means to speak for the people. But you are always speaking for yourselves and your big fat salaries. How many days have you put forward bills to solve the hunger and the poverty in the land? After the hunger protest, we thought these lawmakers will have passed an anti-hunger bill. Then what do we see? We see a circus every time. This was the same government, and I'm by extension back to that story, but this was the same government that kept on saying, we know people are going to hijack the protest. So it's obvious that political actors hijack the protest now in such a way that they've burnt court records so that people will not be indicted for their crime. And nothing is going to happen about it. So why didn't the state go after those hoodlums? Why didn't they protect those documents? Just like what happened in former times where court documents were burnt in other parts of the country. They keep putting up this circus. They think the people will not ask questions. And they think it's by using force against the people. Everything is to suppress the people to their own advantage. You think a country will work this way? If you truly want Nigeria to work, why don't you do things that benefit the people? That's why the people don't trust you any longer. So for him to even have the nerve in the first place, with all the hunger and the poverty in the land, is to punish people that are decent, to show them because you're in power. Hey man, you forget power is transient? You think you're going to be there forever? Whoever sponsored this bill,
Speaker of the House.
the Speaker, you think power is forever? Don't you know it's transient? Where are the people that were there yesterday? Are they still there today? So it's always about bringing the people down.
All right.
You will account for it one day.
Well, all right. He's done well, though, by withdrawing the bill. And I think that he's listened to the people. He's shown that he's listening. And I think, there would have been complete uproar. Breakdown, anarchy in the nation if, this sort of draconian bill is put out. But I wanted to talk about this story that has been trending all over social media. It's the story of the woman who was seen in a viral video destroying her husband's international passport at the airport. The story has taken a dramatic turn. On Wednesday, she was seen in a video being arrested by the immigration and taken to Abuja. Well, her husband has now released the video, shared on their family Instagram page, apologizing and begging Nigerians to understand that the incident was a stunt. Let's take a listen to what he had to say.
What my wife told is not passport. Please be a blogger. When you are blogging, blog and blog well. Don't blog to spoil things. Please. She never torn my passport. She never spoiled my passport. My passport is intact. We are doing a skit. It's a skit. This is somebody's story of what happened that we are passing to the world. But I don't even know that maybe it will go to the way that the blogger will not take it to another standard. I believe the immigration have seen my passport, that my passport is intact. Nobody should just try and drag this thing to the mud, please.
All right, it's now a skit, is a stunt. Is the arrest also a stunt or a skit? Or what is actually going on here?
The arrest shook him to truth. Honestly, I don't know how to use stronger terms, but this man and his wife, they need to have they need to be checked. They need to have their heads examined, and I know I'm saying that. When we all saw this controversial video that the wife, and it was topical, it was trending on social media. I mean, love sides, the woman must have suffered a lot. The woman even came out with a video to explain why she did what she did, saying that the man had, put her through hell and all that, and so she had to take that drastic action. Then the law came calling, and then the stories changed. And then the man came with an appeal when they said they were going to arrest her, that it was a national asset. She shouldn't tear the passport, to explain one nonsense explanation that, it was a skit. And then even had the audacity and effrontery to tell bloggers or reporters that you should do it properly. But maybe you should do things properly. If you look at the handle of the, because I have to go and check them out. To be honest, they do skits that are very foolish.
I did see one that they seized. I think it was like the husband's mother seized her children.
Yes.
I saw that, and it was real. It was following this video, and it appeared real.
Very extreme.
Yes.
What people would do for fame and money, beggars belief. So I can almost believe him for saying that, but they should get some punishment for what they did. Whether it's a joke or not. I just think that there should be, that's why they want to bring the bill to gag people on social media. But you know
what's good? This story has set a precedence. For Nigerians to understand, you cannot deface our national documents like that, our naira, you can't, tear our passport. I mean, but if they are saying it's a skit, please, I believe the immigration services, the authorities can go and look at their Instagram, just like the way Ayo has done, and give them some relief.
And his original passport should still be intact.
Yes, he said so. He said so.
Show it to us.
Yes, now he said the immigration saw it. That's what he also said.
Punitive measure for foolishness. I just think there should be
penalty.
Maybe just a little one night. One night.
All right. We're talking about passports and all of that. I mean, I wanted to highlight a little bit of tourism. I don't know if you had seen this video that was trending in Osun State, Erin-Ijesha Falls, where it looked really horrible, dirty. I've been there. I've done a photo shoot there. It's beautiful. But this video caught the attention of the governor of Osun State, Ademola Adeleke, who paid a surprise visit to the leaders of the Erin-Ijesha community and promised a revamp of the Erin-Ijesha Falls. Let's take a look.
Anytime I hear the guy of my people will respond. Hallelujah. First time. And I came with all my entourage, commissioner of culture and tourism, my chief of staff, my spokesperson, and all the people that knows about culture and tourism. Eventually that there's a lot of dairy and all that. And I just gave that instruction. And my brother here, that's from the community, that after that time this place is clear. And I can tell you, you ain't seen nothing yet.
Well, Imole, congratulations to the people of Osun State. I know when I sat with him, this was one of the questions I asked, and he did promise that he was going to revamp that area.
So my people, that is it. I don't know what you think. I would love you guys to leave your thoughts in the comment section as always. Subscribe, give me a thumbs up so that YouTube will recommend this video to other people to watch. Thank you everyone for watching. I'm going to see you guys in my next one. Goodbye for now.